Wednesday?
Tuesday.
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 You just say lunch.
Wednesday,
In the
somewhere.
office. I don't know. We're on World Championship time. This doesn't really matter. World Championship days, they all blend together. But today is Wednesday, September 16th.
Tuesday.
No, Tuesday. I
Yep,
said Wednesday
okay.
again. Bader is joining us today. I'm JD Rader, joined by Bader and David Bray over there behind the bar. Another pretty good day for Team USA,
Yes.
right? So we're coming straight off of a Kyle Snyder victory.
Gold medal.
Gold medal, Kyle Snyder, his fourth ever world or Olympic title. It's been a while since he's been on the top of the podium.
Fifth. It was his fourth world.
Fifth.
Right? He won 15, 16, 17,
Well, 16
21.
was Olympics.
Oh, this is a world. Anyways, 5 overall, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
My bad.
So really good to see Kyle back on top of the podium. You know what? Hand up. I'm not saying I wasn't giving him a shot, but I thought Azapira was an easy pick. He was 2-0 against Kyle coming into this match.
Yeah. I mean, that that part was convincing. Also, the fact that he beat Tazhudinov, who has been unbeatable for the last couple of years. That going into the final made you think it's probably Azapira a smart pick. But I thought Kyle Snyder wrestled a very tactical match.
Yes.
Just really didn't make mistakes, and that ended up kind of being the difference in the end.
Mm-hmm. What was the final? 3-2?
3-2.
Yeah, he scored it late. and
3-2,
there was a hands
so
in the face, right?
Interlocking fingers, I think.
Interlocking fingers.
Interlocking fingers, which it did play a role. Obviously, interlocking fingers is always like, all right, who's really initiating this? Who's starting this?
Who's not letting go?
Right. Azapira was warned, and it looked to me clear enough that Azapira was kind of initiating interlocking those fingers. I've watched a bunch of international wrestling. I've seen that called. That to me was a fine call.
Okay. It was actually 4-2. Kyle must have got a point at the buzzer. I got a challenge.
Yeah.
Failed challenge. Yep.
Failed challenge. Right. And then the two have this crazy exchange on the edge. It looked like Azapira was about to step out. He might have stepped out. I don't know, but they let Kyle continue through, and then clearly Azapira did step out for Kyle to take the lead with, 8 seconds to go? And then Azapira, his only shot of the match, really.
Got in.
And he got in deep. And he took Kyle to the edge, but ultimately the clock hit 0 before they went out, and they were grounded anyways, so I don't think it would have mattered. But Kyle freaking Snyder.
Kyle Frederick Snyder.
Kyle Frederick Snyder.
What
MFS.
10 years after winning his first title.
Crazy.
At 19.
Wasn't it you who was interviewing him, Bader, back in 2015 or something? He's like, yeah, I want to do this through 2032.
I think the words he uses, I want to wrestle in 5 Olympics.
5 Olympics.
Yeah, and I think it was Zeb. But yes, he said, I want to wrestle in 5 Olympics. And at the time, you're like, okay, well, you're on top of the world right now. It seems 5, that sounds great. I remember Dake and Taylor both saying that, and Dake's still going. But it's like when you're on top, it's easy to say, I'm going to go forever.
Do this forever.
Yeah, it's like when things slow down, it's like, it's not going to always be, it's not easy right now, but
Right.
you're flooring people.
And with a potential Aaron Brooks suspension looming, he might go relatively untested for this 97-kilogram spot, at least for the next couple of years. Who knows what the field will look like
Well, what is,
after LA.
does Trent go down? Seems like I would think he will, but I don't know how big he is.
Yeah, I mean, he split time at 86. That's where he spent the previous part of his career.
Just
so.
wonder if he's, as you get older, you get bigger.
Maybe.
In his interview with Christian at the Rudis headquarters, he said he's 92 right now, just to kind of like give his body a break from cutting, and then when it comes time for the Olympics, he'll go down.
All right, so there you go. There's your answer.
Speaking of interviews, it sounds like our friends in Croatia said Kyle Snyder did do an interview with media. That I don't know what was said yet. We haven't seen it. Obviously, with Kyle Snyder's very public arrest this summer and everything that followed, this will be his first media appearance since then. He wrestled at Final X, but opted not to do media. So I think we'll all be curious to see what he has to say and if he'll open up at all about his experiences this summer and the stuff he went through.
I feel like it's the right time. it's the right time to do an interview. It's your first one. It's like you just won Worlds. All right. And then we talked about this at lunch just a minute ago. You can either jump start it and say a statement, or you can say, I don't want to talk about it, or you can just kind of address it or just
Right.
put it to bed.
Yep. But I got to think, this more or less will kind of put that to bed at least. Maybe not in the Instagram comments.
No, never.
But at least, from like our perspective, okay, either
You won.
we're never going to talk about this publicly, or here's what you have to say on the matter, and
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
we're done. We're
Put it
moving
behind.
on. Yep. But that capped off a second place performance for Team USA in the team rankings. We were pretty sure this is what was going to happen yesterday. Iran had locked up the team title after yesterday. We had not mathematically locked up second place, but all I think also took was Real Woods' win for that to happen, and it did lock it up. So let's talk Real Woods. First ever World Championships.
Real bronze.
Real bronze. Real bronze medal for Real Woods. A little bit different match for him today. I felt like every other match we saw from him at World Championships, he came out of the gun, boom, attacking that guy, hitting him right in the face, scoring in the first couple seconds, and looking for a turn. He was much more tactical in this match.
Yeah. And you said, different match, but don't forget, people might not realize he wrestled 3 matches today. He actually wrestled more matches today.
Right, he had to go through repechage.
Than he did yesterday. Yeah, he won 2 in repechage, and just super impressive.
I forgot because that one, first one took all of 30 seconds?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a minute tech, and then a really tough opponent in the second repechage match, Sujit from India. He won that match 7-5, but was up big and had to kind of hold on. So, he was gunslinging, and I really am glad that we got to see him in 2 repechage matches, because we ended up seeing him 5 matches overall. He's so new on the freestyle scene that it's just nice to have a few more data points. And you're right, though. 3 of the 4 wins he had were really offensive, scoring, getting after it. But in the bronze, he kind of just did just enough to win.
Well, it seemed like this guy was really good, Biabani, like super good, and we said the Canadian-Iranian, or Iranian-Canadian, just super good positionally and wasn't giving him anything. And I think Woods understood this guy's probably going to look for a reattack. And I think he was kind of doing the same, just one score. It's almost like day 3 at the NCAAs.
Yeah.
All the matches are like 1 takedown matches, and that's that. We've wrestled a lot.
I will say, I'm very happy for Real, but personally, I'm a little kind of disappointed we will probably not see him at the US Open next year. Remember, this dude lost to Aiden Valencia twice at the US Open this year. Like, this was huge for him to be able to bypass the US Open and the World Team Trials and automatically get to sit to Final X next year.
Wow, yeah. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Right,
So in the moment, but this has huge implications.
Aiden Valencia, Joey McKenna, Jesse Mendez, Brock Hardy, right?
Just one of them. Just one, right? The whole point is he'll see one.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
They'll all fight each other.
Right? And winner gets Real.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys duke it out.
That's right.
Duke it out in April and May, and I'll see you in June.
Yeah, it's such a great point. 65 is just it's this point's been beaten to death over the years, but Bill Zadek won a world title in 2006, and then we didn't have another medal until Yanni was silver. Was that in 23?
21 or 2?
Yeah, somewhere. It was somewhere in there, but it was 15
something.
2, I think.
15 plus years later. But partly it's just so hard to get on that team because in the United States there's just so much parity. That's massive, absolutely massive. And for a guy that's in his first year of really competitive freestyle, unbelievable that he did that.
It also actually makes you feel good, despite the fact USA has only won 1 medal in the past however many years at that weight. It makes me feel good about, even if it's not Real, that's our rep next year, right? Which I know we've said before.
We say it every time.
I know we've said it before, and it hasn't always worked out. But 65 is never, ever going to be like a lock for us. I shouldn't say never, ever. But for the foreseeable future, it's never going to be like a David Taylor, like, all right, fast forward to the finals where he's got one other person. It's not going to be like that.
I mean, when's the last time 65 was like that?
For the world. For the world.
Yeah. Both.
I don't think there's been a repeat champion at 65 since 9-10 or 10-11, something like that. Because it's something about that weight. It's so deep, and it's the style of wrestling where they get into so many exchanges. Like it's tough to repeat.
And it's like it's one of those weight classes where like anybody who's a little bigger maybe can go play another professional sport, but like the best athletes at that weight, this is like what they can do.
Right.
Across the board. Like I'm sure there's other things they can do, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so it's crazy. We should have maybe not jumped off of 97 so quick. I didn't want to ask you, what's going on with Tazhudinov? This man, number one pound for pound, barely gets bronze this year.
I mean, I brought it up yesterday. I think he's probably outgrowing the weight. If not entirely, I think he's getting pretty close. I mean, he's still a very young man. And super tall. You know, you see photos of him with the other medalists, and he looks like a different weight class already. Yeah. And I brought this up yesterday on the show too, but Bahrain is you know, it's a country that is invested in winning, and they have a really solid team. You know, Levi Haynes, I think, had a really tough opponent from Bahrain early in his tournament.
Medal at
heavyweight, and that might be motivating them to maybe incentivize Tazhudinov. I'm just guessing, but it's like they're probably funding this guy's training, right? That country, somebody in that country. And if they want the team to be good, having a medalist at 2 weights is better than a medalist at 1 weight. So I do wonder if there's just, you know, some pressure, whether that's from him trying to help the team or from somebody else to keep him down. But that weight cut has to be terrible.
You think he goes up by 28?
Or he keeps looking like this?
Oh, well, do you think it's something can be solved with discipline, right?
Cut pro.
Cut pro. Was this a bad cut? And if you really lock in, it can be done correctly and you can perform well, or is this one where it's just
too big?
You're just too big. It's probably never going to be good. It's a James Green at 65 situation. Obviously, that's an extreme.
Yeah, no, but it's a good example.
But
I think he's too big. If that's the case, like, yeah, I think these guys are professionals. They know how to cut weight. They're gonna cut weight right, and yeah.
Go back to the full mat replay if you get a chance, and go look at, or you can go to the photos of the 97 podium. Taz is so much taller than everybody else on there. It's actually comical. Okay, back to 65. Amuzad. Killer. Yeah. Just dominated.
Great wrestler.
This entire bracket. He was wrestling like I'm winning. I should have won that Olympic title.
Yeah.
Last year. This was the guy I should have been in the Olympic finals, and now I'm going to make sure everybody knows it, that I was the better wrestler. I wasn't that day, but I am now.
Well, I was just thinking, anybody who watched this final and like, how the heck did the other guy win last year?
Right?
What?
Well, that's
not possible.
That's exactly the match I thought we were going to see a year ago. I mean, Amuzad was killing everybody. He was just like running through the field, and Kyuka was squeaking by. I mean, barely beat Seabass, barely beat who else? Tumoro Cheer or somebody like that. He was just squeaking by, and then, man, Amuzad had nothing for him. It was the other way around this year.
It had to have been like a weight cut thing or something, which is bizarre because even when you wrestle in the finals, you still weigh in the morning, and then you have hours to recover. So you would think, but sometimes day two, it really just, your body can't handle it.
And at the Olympics specifically last year, they weighed in at the Olympic Village. So they weighed in like 2 hours earlier than they normally do. So not only do you have that extra time for the medal ceremonies and all the pageantry, but you also have extra time just because of the way that the Olympics were formatted last year. So, it shouldn't have been a weight cut, but I don't know. Maybe it was.
How do you guys feel about Team USA's men's freestyle performance overall as a team? Like, You feel good about performance, bad, worried about the future, excited about the future?
I feel pretty good and very excited about the future, right? Like second place, a bunch of newcomers, 3 champs. Spencer underperformed, but we know he's capable of gold. Like Jax was right there. PJ wrestled well. Like young guys stood in there and fought, and the new veterans are doing well.
Yeah,
New veterans.
I agree. Some people were messaging me like, kind of like a little bit of what's going on. David Carr loses these 2 super close matches. Like Jax is up 8-1 or something like that, and then loses. Wyatt loses to a guy he's teched. Spencer, gets
When you say it like that,
yeah,
but still.
But my rebuttal was, we took second in the world to a historically good country, Iran, that put together their best team, and I don't even know how long. And these, like, we're going through a transition period of USA Wrestling, and I don't think it's maybe realistic to expect everything to go our way like it did with David Taylor,
2017, 2018, like
right. And even when you get there, and then even when one of those guys maybe didn't get it done, a Dake. Okay, well, yeah, but then you have
Jaden,
right. You have David Taylor beating Yazdani.
Yeah,
right. You have that, and sometimes the tower doesn't tip your way in matches, and sometimes when you're Jax Forrest and you're 18, you get hosed because a buzzer doesn't work. Like that happens. David Carr lost to 2 legends at 74.
he lost in the same fashion as Jordan Burroughs.
Exactly.
Like, let's be real.
Exactly. Like, what? You're mad about losing at the last second to Sidakov? To almost beating the greatest 74 kg guy of the past decade?
Let's not remember, we're coming off such an unprecedented run in USA Wrestling. Like, you think about 2008, 9, 10, and finally in 11, we have Jordan wins and Varner's bronze. But like, and then it just kind of gets really good to great. Now we're back into like kind of maybe normalcy. Okay, we took second. Some guys did better. Some guys did worse than we thought. That's like normal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We're not supposed to win 4 weights, 5 weights every year. Hopefully we can. And, this might be the generation to just follow that one and do it back to back with maybe calling this an off year or a down year. But like, I think they're doing fine.
Dude, if a down year is second place to Iran, freaking sign me up.
Yeah. Like,
no.
nothing, I don't see anything to cry about with this performance. No. There's always ones that you lost that you should have won or could have won, and vice versa.
We got the team scores up on the screen right now, and you can see second place, 9 or 11 points back from Iran. Not bad. The people that are operating under the assumption that Japan's the boogeyman, they're still going to be nervous, though. Japan's right behind. They're 1 performance behind. I think if I'm evaluating the team overall, it's like, you go weight by weight. It's like Spencer, down performance. Do not expect that would be the same next time. I think he can absolutely win, and I would probably pick him to do it. Jax wrestled really well. If not for a controversy, we're talking about an 18-year-old world bronze medalist. PJ looked awesome, ran into a really tough opponent, and almost beat him, almost beat a world champ. David Carr, had leads over the 2 best 74 kg wrestlers in the world late and couldn't quite pull it off. But, what's to say he's not going to go back and medal, especially given a different draw? Levi makes the finals. Zahid wins. Trent wins. Snyder wins. And really the only guy I think you can say straight up just was disappointing was Wyatt Hendrickson. And David Taylor in his post-match talked about
Spencer,
but disappointing, and then you don't know if he can come back.
Okay, yeah.
But on the other side of that coin is David Taylor saying that Wyatt Hendrickson, he had life-changing opportunities this year after beating Gable Steveson to make money and focus in those areas. And he said Wyatt will learn from that and he'll be back. So not only that, we just won U20s. We just won U17s. We have incredible depth. The crazy thing is, I feel better about our chances to finish top 2 or 3 in the world again next year than I do about the chances that the team's gonna have the same guys on it. Like,
right,
so much depth, it's crazy. So
yeah,
I feel good. I feel I feel good. I also feel like going into next year, we're gonna have the same concerns that we did this year, where we don't know. Will Levi Haynes make the finals again? I don't know. But in a lot of those guys, will they even make the team? Let alone will they medal? I think we're gonna have a lot of the same concerns. We're gonna be looking at draws. We're gonna be breaking it all down. But on the whole, I feel like we have a top to bottom solid team, great options. I say go USA.
I also want to remind people that in that quote-unquote golden era of USA Wrestling, we only won the team title in 2017, in 2022 when there was no Russia, and 2023. That's it. So all those years you're thinking about that were so great,
Yeah.
we were still taking second or worse, like we did this year.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think things are great. And these young guys that they came out and battled and were right there. Like now they're you can lose and have more confidence later on. It's like I went to the World Championships and I went toe to toe with the best 274 pounders, or I was a hair away from a medal, right? It's like that's your first go. Next year you're like, got this. I feel like they're going to come back, with actual more confidence. Like I was there, I understand it, I can do this.
Yeah, no, I agree. So good. I am satisfied with this performance.
Yeah.
From Team USA men's freestyle. And excited about the future.
I think when you hear like 5 medals, it's like, I would have liked it. Maybe another one, maybe another couple, but 3 golds, okay.
Sweet.
We also had some women wrestling today. Helen Maroulis pins her way to the finals. And just classic Helen form. That foot sweep, the slide by to the foot sweep. She did it with a carry too, right? Took out Japan in the quarterfinals, followed it up in the semifinals. Like, just vintage classic Helen.
Love it.
And we really needed Helen to have that performance because, so far the rest of the team has not been performing on that level. But, yeah, Helen, back to form. Really fun, too, to see her pin a Japanese opponent. She's had some absolute legends in her way against Japan over the last few years. And so awesome to see her get that pin. And it feels like, I don't know, you never know, but probably her toughest competition in the tournament is already behind her. So
yeah, that Japanese girl, young, but pretty sure it was her first ever international loss. She's won U17s, U20s, and I think U23s before. So I think if she's lost, it's just been domestic.
Wow.
Domestically.
And think about this. This is Helen is like on the exact same, except she made like 4 teams before Kyle Snyder ever did, but they both won their first, second, and third in 15, 16, 17, and they're now both going for their 5th 10 years later.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, Helen will be going for her, or no, she secured, I think, her 11th World and Olympic medal.
yeah.
So,
Really awesome.
yeah. No.
Yeah, she's already got the 4 golds, like Bader mentioned, 1 Olympic. Yeah, groundbreaking wrestler, and just by far the most technical wrestler we've ever had in the United States on the women's side, and just so fun to watch, so fun, just really varied attacks, a lot of ways to score, and the pinning potential is just like so fun.
The fire is still burning. We're kind of talking about that. Like you can see inside her how much she cares and how badly she wants this and what it means to her.
Oh, her celebrations after quarters and semis, yeah, she was going nuts.
I like it.
If she gets a pin in the finals, has anybody ever pinned their way to the World Championships from Team USA?
Oh man, not that since I've been
If Kyle Klingman or Jason Bryant tuned in, we need them to do some research. But that even if it has, it'll obviously go down as one of the most dominant World Championship runs in Team USA history, regardless of style.
Helen has teched her way, I think, unscored upon maybe in 2017. Super dominant in 2017, and I think she teched her way unscored upon.
Obviously, as a Heat didn't give up a single point.
Yeah. Just
this year
she
too,
checked her way
but
through. Now
pins.
she's trying to pin her way through.
And yeah, insane.
8 years later.
Crazy. Kylie Welker fell this morning in the quarterfinals. Really tough one. Gave up the points late to lose, unfortunately. But both Kylie and Macy were pulled back into repechage. So still alive tomorrow. So nobody eliminated today from the women.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Well, actually, we did have Audrey Jimenez eliminated this morning.
Yep. You're right.
But
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Kylie Welker, I mean, already a world medalist last year, so you feel good about her chances coming back. I think she's gonna have a tough. She has to win a match in repechage, I believe, first. But I think she'll win that, and then she has a very winnable bronze match. She's gonna have to get tough, but I trust Kylie in that situation. She's a competitor. I think she's gonna come out ready to go.
A couple Hawkeyes too.
Couple Hawks.
Teammates.
We got a message in the chat about, but North Korea having kind of a sneaky good tournament.
Yeah,
Men's freestyle and women's freestyle.
they are.
Like, what's going on? North Korea resurgence?
Couple head-to-heads. Yeah, we should. Let's not make that the title of this episode. But North Korea does not send wrestlers to the World Championships unless they feel like they are ready to make it a serious difference. If they're able to win a medal or win it, and so you don't see them in the bracket all that often. But when you do, they're normally pretty good. I think the women. I think they only had 6 entries in the tournament, so it's like they don't try to field the full team. They just try to get people ready to go, and then they send them out, and normally they're pretty ready to go. And this team has proven it, and they've got some head-to-head wins over Japan, which that you don't normally see that. So yeah, a lot of good performances from North Korea, and obviously we've been talking about Chong Song and his world title this whole time. He did great. So North Korea.
The only question I got for Chong Song: are you going to sing it again?
Yeah, we may never see him again. Sometimes that'll happen too. These North Koreans, they'll win a world title and then just literally never show up again.
Right. Who knows? McCoy in the chat reminding us David Taylor teched and pinned his way through the tournament in 2023 in a bracket with Yazdani.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good in Serbia.
All right. Who do we got going up tomorrow?
So let's see. Our next, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but we've got our last 4 women's freestyle weights to start tomorrow, and then Greco will be Thursday. So let's see. Who have we not seen yet? Felicity Taylor at 53. We've already had 50, 55, 57, 59. Adugo at 62. We'll have Alex Glaudet at 72, and then Kennedy Blades at 68.
All right.
I feel pretty good about that crew.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we've got more medals coming. I think feel pretty decent about a couple bronzes already from today, and I think Kennedy Blades is gonna posterize somebody again. Maybe a couple people.
She's gonna hit a suplex.
Yeah,
She has to.
she has to.
Yeah. So same schedule tomorrow as today. You're gonna have to wake up early again, 4:30 a.m. Eastern. With the repechage going right away and the new athletes. So.
Yeah. We did have a couple questions in the chat. If we want to get to those before we go.
Yeah, hit it.
Lee in the chat wants to ask if we believe they scored the Taz bronze medal match correctly. It got in a really crazy exchange at the end with multiple exposures, and they went like 2-2 a couple times, and then one more for Taz coming out on top. I did think they got that right. I thought they reviewed it and they got it right, but I don't know, JD, did you see anything that looked off?
Well, I actually wouldn't have given Taz an extra 2 in the last exchange, but he still would have won 11-10.
11-10 instead of 13-10.
Right, or that's what I initially thought, and I don't really have an issue with giving him an extra 2 there because it did take an extra second or two to fully throw him over. So I think that was scored fine.
Yeah. All right, another question in the chat from McCoy. Can we talk about how lopsided the 61-kilo bracket was? And without that lucky draw, maybe Iran doesn't beat Team USA. Yeah, I mean, I do think Jax was on a tough side of the bracket. He really did run a gauntlet to beat Suda. And then, you saw, obviously, the Uguva match was really tough. And then his bronze medal match was also super, super difficult. But you can't play that draw game.
Because then you can go to other draws we had that were beneficial. And
yeah. Yeah.
Just how it goes.
You could also say, yeah, and if Japan has Ono in that bracket at 61, they place higher than us if he wins.
Yeah.
Because they got 0 points at 61. So I don't. It is kind of fun. I get it. You know, I do it too in my head a lot of times, but you can't go down that road too much.
Yeah. And that's the job of a fan, right? You got to be like, hey, what the heck? We should have, you know, I don't know. There is, right? There. I mean,
like I said, you can spin this performance multiple ways if you want.
Great. It was terrible. It was all right. It could have been better.
The thing I really appreciate about that point is, I mean, it just demonstrates how close we really were. It was, you know, yeah, if one bracket looks different, sure, you know, who knows?
You just got to figure out how to rig the blockchain.
That's a lot of people have been trying to figure that out. A lot of people have been digging into that for years. Larry Steele in the chat, he has an idea for how to beat Iran, and that is to get somebody from Israel in the bracket at 65. Which
Fine Silvers, what are you doing?
yeah, we got enough Fine Silvers.
Yeah, we got one guy, one to spare.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's see what else.
Fine Silvers, you actually don't even have to wrestle some matches. We can pick and choose which matches you wrestle.
Larry Steele's bringing up another thing that I kind of forgot about in the whole tournament. But do you guys remember when David Carr got hit for a caution and won for a double leg? Did you remember this?
Yes.
He double legged through somebody's face. Whose was it? Whose face was it? I can't remember. But he complained. They reviewed it. They challenged it. They reviewed it, and they gave David a caution and won for shooting a double through his face. Like, if
Rubbin's racing, baby.
that's crazy. The question was, did we ever get an explanation on whether or not that's happened before? But no, I've never seen it. Never seen it.
I haven't either. I know we also had one a while ago about a Jax update on, because Team USA was kind of going through an appeals process. No update yet on that. We will let you know whenever we hear anything.
At this
Don't
point,
get your
I'm
hopes
like,
up. Don't get your hopes up.
What
Anything.
What could they do? The tournament's over. Like, go
Right.
back and change something. Like,
Colette 2.0,
yeah,
but opposite.
I don't think it's. I wouldn't
No.
hold my breath for that one.
Right. If the roles were reversed and that happened, it would be an uproar.
Yeah.
from USA fans. So kind of like once they walk off the mat, yeah, it's over and done.
Especially after the next round's been wrestled.
Yeah.
You can't undo. Now it's like, what? How are you gonna, right? Like the Yanni Zane thing from 2018 or whatever. Okay, there was no other matches to be wrestled till Worlds. They have to do a re-wrestle or whatever. But like in the middle of a tournament, I don't see how you can do it.
Here's another question in the chat. Does Russia pass Japan in the team race if Sadulayev avoids the visa issues? And I think probably.
So they lost by
96.
15 points. And at 97, Russia scored 6 points. So if Sadulayev wins, they get an extra 19 points.
What if he takes bronze?
Would have to win.
Silver.
Takes bronze, they get 11 extra points. Or no, 9 extra points. So they would still be behind.
They would still be.
So yeah.
So maybe.
Could have.
Maybe,
Well,
maybe not though.
And think about this. Our boy from Japan got 15 points at that weight, which if Sadulayev's in there,
Right.
I mean, depending on what side of the bracket.
Right. And then you got to redo the whole bracket. Good point, Bray. It was interesting to see Russia got outplaced by transfers from Russia at 125, 97, 74. Maybe a couple others that I'm kind of blanking, but
That never happened.
at least 3 weights. Never used to because
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
because there was only a couple transfers. Now that like good people are actually transferring, and they're doing the Tazhudinov where they're transferring before they even have won senior world championships,
yeah.
where they see the writing on the wall.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah, it happened to America as well. 57, we got outplaced.
It's happened in America.
By a couple guys, right?
Yeah,
Darian Cruz
Darian and Roman.
And Roman. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, just crazy times in world wrestling. All right. Anything else? Any more questions in the chat?
No, the chat, they're doing pretty good. Yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in the chat. You guys are always awesome. But yeah,
All right.
great to be back towards the top of the podium. We got a little room to grow, but I don't think everybody's calling for us to adopt a Japanese wrestling system anymore like they were last year.
No. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to sign off. I'm going to go make another graphic or two. I'm trying to get to sleep early because, like I said, we got another amazing morning of wrestling tomorrow. See you guys.
Go Team USA.